Hey guys, welcome back and happy Tuesday to everybody except Ramona Singer for leaking Teresa Giudice and Ruelas' wedding invitation in the details. Now, we're back to talk about an article that came out on page 6 because wedding leaker Ramona Singer is actually joking about leaking the wedding information, which is actually not funny. I would be sending her a bill because those wedding invitations had like a little custom cake and it had like, these wedding invitations looked expensive as hell. Okay. And Ramona's joking about it now and saying that she has yet to call Teresa when her rep told page 6 that she actually called and apologized. So wait a minute, what's the truth here? Let's break it down. Before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like in true Ramona fashion, well, she got a laugh out of leaking Teresa Giudice's wedding date and venue by cracking a joke about her social media snafu. Now, the funny thing is, when I was doing our hot, messy topics yesterday and I had on live callers, some people were saying, listen, Ramona, if you didn't want them to get married, just say just tell them you don't want them to get married, but don't leak their wedding invitation. And I was like, well, that's one way to look at it. But she said, well, they're definitely going to need more security. That's for sure. And that's what she told Jeff Lewis on his show, on a Sirius XM show this past Friday. But Singer expressed some remorse when Jeff Lewis asked whether or not, she knew if the Real Housewives of New Jersey star had to make any changes to her special day with fiance Louis Ruelas in response to the leak. I don't know, she replied. I have yet to pick up the phone to speak to Teresa because I'm so embarrassed about what happened. I will find out later what's going on. She also claimed that she is still invited to the bash, which she would be paying for my wedding invitations and she would not be invited to my wedding, especially if it's a highly publicized wedding. You're out here leaking information. She invited you to a wedding, probably had no idea that you would end up leaking it. Now that you leaked it, she has to pay for all new invitations. I'm guessing that's going to be anywhere from 10 to 20 grand, considering what the invitations look like. And she has to change the venue date, the time. She has to change the caterers. She's changing everything. We just don't know to what extent, what date. And I'm sure we won't know until it's over. And Ramona would be the last person, if she is still invited, to get an invitation. Now, she insisted that her information-filled Instagram story video wasn't intentional at all, adding that she was just so excited to receive the most gorgeous invitation. I just thought, okay, I want to share this beautiful invite with everybody. And all of a sudden I get a phone call saying, take it down, take it down. Now, Singer's candid interview came just days after Giudice's Real Housewives of New Jersey co-star and close pal Dolores Catania confirmed that she had sent out updated invitations with new details. The information had to be changed on there, whatever it was, and that's what she also said on Jeff Lewis's live last week. Giudice's sister-in-law, Melissa Gorga, meanwhile confirmed that the bride-to-be made some changes to her wedding website. So she is making changes all across the board, but yeah, who wouldn't? For Ramona Singer, I know Andy Cohen even said that he called her and was like, what were you thinking? But that's like the smallest part of it. I understand that maybe some people might think that this is not that big of a deal. We live in such a scary time where everybody, you have people out there who are so obsessed. And I think maybe I look at this from a different lens, only because when I go to bed at night, I don't watch Care Bears. I don't watch Disney Channel. I don't watch like fluffy, like Outer Banks or anything like that. I sit there and I watch like Stalked or Obsessed or Your Worst Nightmare on Investigates. And last night I was watching Stalked. And sometimes people will watch people on TV. Like there was this anchor woman who she lived in New Orleans and she was on TV and she kept on getting letters to the station. And in the letters, it was like, tomorrow you need to wear red. I know exactly where you live. Here's your address. You need to do this for me. If not, I'm going to kill you. And then kept threatening her and taking over her life. So it got to the point where every time she would leave the station, she was so scared and she was nervous. But he was watching her on TV and just became enamored with her and obsessed with her. I'm sure that happens with some of our housewives. This is not a foreign concept where people sometimes, and last night they were saying it could be a case of schizophrenia or mental illness, but people exist like this. And if they're watching someone like Teresa Giudice and they're like, oh, you're not supposed to marry him, I want you to marry me. I know that this is just like some sort of crazy concept that I'm coming up with. And hopefully this is not the case, but all, I'm trying to say is you never actually know what someone is capable of. So I would ramp up security. I would change the date. And again, Ramona, you would not be invited. Okay. That was crazy. And that's what Melissa Gorga told Entertainment Tonight last week. Teresa had to send out a new invitation with a new password and new details. Fortunately for Ramona Singer, Teresa Giudice and Luis Ruelas did not seem too upset about the accident, which they called an honest mistake during an interview earlier this month. I believe this was at the MTV TV and Movie Awards. Now I'm going to have extra security. And that's what she told Entertainment Tonight, adding that some people had encouraged the couple to change their wedding date, though she did not confirm that they had done so yet. Now, her co-stars are confirming that that's exactly what the plan is. Now, Ramona Singer made headlines last month when she posted the video of Teresa and Luis' wedding invitation, the over-the-top wedding invitation, reeling. I mean, I'm reeling right now, really. I'm reeling for Teresa and Luis. I still want her to get a prenup, but she was revealing that her former co-star from Ultimate Girls Trip was set to say "I do" at the Park Chateau Estate in East Brunswick, New Jersey on August 6th. Now, this is, honestly, it's less than a year after they got engaged in October of 2021. And that was 1 year after Teresa and Giudice confirmed their divorce. All right. With that, guys, I want to break this down for a minute because we know that the Real Housewives of New Jersey season 13 is currently filming. Everyone keeps asking, will Frank Catania be there? Yes, he is filming, even though Dolores has her new man, Paul Connell. I'm sure he's filming. We're already hearing that there's a lot of drama, and the entire cast of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, they are invited to the event. I'm guessing they're invited to the event because it is a filmed event, so Teresa might not have a choice when it comes to inviting Margaret Josephs or Jackie Goldschneider, because if she did, I have a feeling with Margaret doing press recently, and we love us some Margaret, okay? She joined us on stage in New York, and she was an absolute sweetheart and a great sport. But Margaret said that Teresa said something really hateful last season, and that she's going to hold her feet to the fire this season and make sure she's held accountable. If you have somebody out there who's ready to out you at any moment, and who she said that she hated last season and she would not be invited, why all of a sudden would you change your mind? Teresa is not one to change her mind. She's kind of stubborn, and I don't mean that in like a really bad way, but she's very like, if this is what I say, this is what I'm going to do, I'm not changing it for anyone. Unless Luis Ruelas was the one who talked her into it. But that's a question I have for you guys. Guys, what are your thoughts about Ramona joking about this wedding invite? And would you invite her back? Again, would you send her the next invitation, or would you, honestly, I would send her a text message. I would send her a text message the day before and be like, if you share this, I don't know. I just wouldn't even invite her again. I wouldn't invite her, and I would send her a bill. That's exactly what I would do. But I want to hear what your thoughts are and what you would do. So go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.